Thank you for joining us now. We have Kevin Fineface, an energy consultant, still talking to us on the program. So thank you for joining us back again. Just before we had that discussion and went on break, you were talking about what the government should do. You also cite an example of the bunkering and vandalism that is ongoing. We're looking at how the government can put measures in place. Talk to us about how do you suppose the Nigerian government, plan or should mitigate the potential impact of some of these illegal activities, on the country's economy? And of course, what measures are being taken so far to diversify the economy away from oil? That's another conversation that we need to start having, isn't it?
No, I think let me answer from the back end side. First, as a security and energy consultant, I've always, found solutions to see how best we can make this country grow as it relates to our oil and gas sector. Now, as a security consultant, one of the first things we wanted to be sure that we're doing for any given establishment is what we call the enterprise threat, security analysis. If they've been doing those threat analysis, there would have been mitigating measures that would have been profiled adequately to ensure that production is not affected in any capacity. And so the pipelines will be monitored and secured across the line that which you have the pipeline going to different communities. So in every community, there'll be more like a vigilante setup. So partnership with the agency responsible for the pipelines to ensure that is done. So because the crude security is a security on its own that also has to do with accounting as much as physical and intelligence security that backs it up. The Nigerian architecture, architecture is not well, advanced with the responsibilities that are needed for this. Rather, what you see happening, I made mention of the nepotistic tendency that is also bedeviling the oil and gas sector. People who have no business being in the sector are being employed or appointed to man those sectors, thereby causing this debt in professional capacity in managing our crude oil and gas sector. As we speak, for more than 60 years we've been in oil production. The truth is, our pipelines, a lot of these pipelines have, they can't stand integrity test anymore. And so without even vandalism or sabotage taking place, those pipelines can self-destruct, because some of those pipelines, as at the time they were installed, had about 30 to 40 years lifespan. Because the technology then wasn't as what it is today, that you have close to 50 to 70 years lifespan, depending on the production capacity or how it is customized. Excuse me. So if you look at it, what steps have been taken over the years that these pipelines were installed to ensure, due to project management mechanism, like you have the project life cycle, that they have the project life cycle to know when it is that they need to start a transition to change the pipelines. And when those pipelines are changed, how are they going to dispose of them so as not to allow criminals to have access to this and see it as a veritable business to start blowing up pipelines? I'll give you an instance. If you go around the city of Abuja or any other part of the country, manholes are being stolen and being sold out there as a partaker, what they call them. Because some people saw the opportunity in stealing manholes to sell to other people and go melt them by the smelter companies and the reproduce them. But imagine if government put in place measures, if they have done proper threat analysis, enterprise security threat analysis, they would have been able to know, to say, for us to produce this type of manhole covers, we'll be able to ensure that we educate the Nigerian public and also the smelting companies to know if anyone is caught with such, you go from time to time, you raid those places, and you not only just close them, you give them a fine and take them out of business. It will have a ripple effect. The same thing with the pipelines. Why would people have the confidence to go blow up pipelines or go by the other pipelines to now begin to have their own wellhead from pipelines that siphons are crude successfully, well done? Then you also have the illegal refinery taking place that also steals from these pipelines. So it means the pipelines are not well monitored. There are sensors. I remember a few years back. Yes.
But do you think that all of these illegal activities will be possible without the influence or the connection of those who are highly placed? Or do you think
I remember I told you from the beginning that you have the military, those responsible, security agencies responsible to help to contain that threat. They are also aiding. We also have high level, collaboration with the officials of these agencies, collaborating with the criminals. We saw how when this contract was awarded to government, cartel, whatever they call them, security, in the first place, how is it that you can award such amount of, such volume of contract sum to a private individual? The same private individual now has to work with your security agencies to help them to achieve this. But it's unbelievable. See, it's giving me a headache by saying it. It's unfathomable. How about you increase? How about you give the welfare of your security agency? You increase the welfare of your security agency in a better form. Then you ensure that the right things are done. You put the right infrastructure rather than giving jobs to criminals. So today, what it simply means, those boys in the streets, one person will just wake up one day, take up arms against the state. Then amnesty is given. There is given the contract a large amount of large sum of money contract, and it goes on, and the cycle continues. So you now begin to find people. What it does is that it erodes their value system. Now begin to find criminals now legitimizing their criminality through their act of action against the state, and the people then get a recognition because somebody in government
let's wrap it up
crisis.
Let's wrap it up with this now. What's your outlook for the global oil market, and where is the place of Nigeria? That's one. Secondly, do you think that this current administration might be able to do something about PIA implementation, Petroleum Industry Act, that was signed last year, but of course the implementation or the execution was suspended. They have less than 2 months to go. So what do you think they can do differently now that they have just less than 2 months to wind up this administration?
Well, the first thing globally, like I said earlier, with the output cuts, what we see, major dependence on oil, we see increase in gas prices, like America, for instance. For those, OPEC plus countries, that's good money. For countries like Nigeria, if we really know what we're doing, if we have our hands together, what it simply is that we're going to have more revenue with which to take care of domestic needs. I hope that is what is going to be the situation. If the Minister of Petroleum, at the same time, the President happens to be alive to his responsibility as expected, or relinquish that position to someone who can have the capacity to do such, then we'll be able to see some good changes. In terms of what you talked about,
what this administration can do before the
about the PIA, about the PIA. Now one of our biggest problems in this country, one of our biggest problems is basically ethnic, religious sentiments that the devils are nepotistic tendencies. We find a situation where in everything we do, we play politics with it. Now, PIA is not supposed to be something that's supposed to be politicized, but you see that it's being politicized. That's why it took 20 years for it to get to this level. Now, once they be able to pass it to law, those shortcomings started coming in. Unfortunately for Nigeria too, Gombe.
Well, I guess we just have to wrap it up there now. Kevin Fineface is an energy consultant and as well security consultant as well. If you're still, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. I think we just have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time on Business Breakfast this morning. Kevin Fineface has been the one talking to us. He's energy consultant. We appreciate your time on the program.
Merci.
Right, we'll take a break now. When we return, we'll take a look at the global oil market. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.